How's everybody doing? CaptainRoBear and crew here for Stormforge, episode 14.
Ooh. I mean, it's not 13 anymore, so nothing bad can happen now, right?
I am rather disappointed in that. It was a very mundane.
Damn.
I thought we were going to get to the ritual last week. It's no big deal, but 14 will work. That's fine. I'm a fan of 14.
You can make any number unlucky if you try.
Oof.
And the thing is, we're not going to try, right, RoBear?
Because it's natural.
I do nothing to these dice. I couldn't make it any worse if I tried.
Oh, God, I can't wait for my 8 nat ones in a row.
Well, before you all roll some dice, I will let you know the unluckiest person I know, which is ArcaneAdam. I'm going to recant his morning, as he had to leave our session last night at 11. He did 2 hours, and then we got a perfect exit because he had a 4 a.m. flight with his girlfriend. Flight at 4 a.m. delayed. Sat on runway for half hour with weather. Just got to Chicago, 5 minutes till boarding. Still sitting in runway. I'm currently running through Chicago. Girlfriend is on plane. Plane is delayed 45 minutes. She's on the plane. I'm not on the plane. I'm so right now.
No.
I don't know if he actually got on the plane with his girlfriend.
No.
They're literally on their first couples trip to Portland.
Oh gosh.
No.
So it's not even
so
like if
bad.
it was like a short flight, but they're going all the way West Coast. I hope oh man, he's gonna be a mess. He's a type A guy too, so it's like
yeah.
This is a prison sentence for him right now. Hopefully he did. I didn't hear back from him, so I'm taking that as that he possibly got on that airplane. But
Fingers crossed. Oh God.
I consoled him with the MP3 version of the rest of our session. It's all I could do to console him.
But see, all of the bad luck of the day is taken away. Today will be good.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Adam siphoned all of the bad luck. So
Yeah.
we're good. So we're Gucci.
You saw how last night rolled. They took care of combat in minutes. Record form.
It was honestly surprising. I was like,
I
oh,
don't
force
know.
field, they're ruined. And then I think Tarben got it in the first hit that I saw.
Well, they got very lucky that I drew the card of next person who attacks doesn't have any resistances.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't realize how many resistances that shadow had, and I was like, oh, there's only 2 people that can do damage to this thing. This is scary. But they bailed me out.
Case today. We're just doing a ritual today. That's
Just
fine.
a smooth ritual in Upper City. Nothing can go wrong here. No bit of corruption. Just a
I'm so
smooth
sick
transition.
Of this. I'm so sick of this. I'm tired.
You can join
I love that. I
Kaivar
can't tell
too.
if that's a
The
Raven
way
or
y'all are
Chrissy.
mansplaining, manipulating, and all that right now, I don't like it.
Mansplain, manipulate, man, keep. I don't know.
Just trying to live up to my homie Anarius, okay? You know?
Oh God. Good. It's a good thing I'm Lilith then. Let's go.
When heaven doesn't even want you back.
Silence.
Yes.
Silence is their answer.
So good. But we need to get into it and pick up where we left off last week. As the party has journeyed to Upper City to take care of the corruption on Callisto's arm. Currently infected from a monster bite in the Forgotten Lands, that has left him with an open wound of molten lava. The pomp and circumstance of Farouk's upper city becoming a bit overwhelming for many in the party. Lelufia and Callisto hanging back in Farouk's domicile, waiting for the ritual to transpire as food and feast and the circumstance of visitors up here has grown a bit overwhelming. Mishkin sneaking off to see if anything occultish may remain up here in his constant thirst for knowledge. Meeting a tiefling named Vias in a building clearly marked as an emissary to the city of Brass. He found quite the artificer. Circling back, a Kaivar that has enjoyed alcohol for the first time in his life. Now with a very, very full belly and out of commission back at Farouk's. He is summoned forth Lelufia and Callisto as the ceremony is starting to begin outside. The tribal fire now easily 10 times the size that it was before. The tables and benches have all been cleared out. There's only smoke pummeling from this grand wall of fire in clear skies. The kind of skies that you feel that you can reach out and grab the individual stars in your palm. For most of you, this is the top of the world and the closest you've ever been to any of the stars. Seeing these orcish Afriti, tieflings, and other various Afrit perform the Sundance ceremony that has led into now. Slowly but surely, the crowd has dispersed and moved into a rather large circular gathering around the fire where it has parted for both of you to step forward. Farouk being in front, the rest of you may place yourselves wherever you would like to be.
Chrissy is still on Farouk's shoulder.
Love that.
Wherever Callisto goes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm probably like, honestly, like 5 feet behind Farouk. And I've probably grasped onto Lelufia's hand. And as much as outwardly trying to seem calm and collected, I think it's very clear to Lelufia that he is really nervous. It's almost like every muscle in his body is tense and ready to run in the other direction. And I think you should also notice that it's almost like whenever we've discussed going to any kind of temple, we've never gone to a temple, but whenever we discussed or even walked past one, there always seems to be a weird hesitation, often unconscious to Callisto himself, but like a unconscious side step away from a temple as we walk by it. And right now it feels like almost every step he's taken towards this one he's being buffeted by wind trying to push him back. It feels like he's forcing himself right now, but he stands as firm as he can and lets out a breath, kind of waits for the next step. . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 。 」 . 」 。 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 .
My friend, you are in safe hands. My ancestors will guide us to the answers we seek.
Yeah, yes, I'm ready. And he definitely like squeezes Aleuthia's hand like, when he says that.
She squeezes back, and you could feel just like a warmth, kind of, no effects, but just like a healing warmth in your hand to calm you and soothe you.
Rook is going to look back towards you, Aleufia. Just eyes towards you to see if you're ready.
I'm gonna see how well she can hide.
33 is my perception, so go for it.
You can see that although her demeanor doesn't change much, it never really does. She's not shaking, there's no visible movement, but by you just glancing at her, you can see just her mouth frown ever so slightly. Most people wouldn't notice it, but it's a moment of unease. She doesn't like this, she's not comfortable, but she's trying her best to keep it together for Callisto.
He's just going to nod back towards both of you and gesture you forward closer to the fountain.
Callisto will walk forward. I think the steps are slow at first, but you can tell I think he's reaching a point where he's kind of like trying his best to shut down the parts of his brain that are yelling at him not to follow through with this. I think kind of like zoning out, trying to switch to autopilot, trying not to think as they take steps forward.
The first thing you hear is the hiss of the steam as that water instantly evaporates inside that communal fountain, and that lava begins to churn up and out of it as you see it for the first time, as it kind of has a pulse to it. As it overflows, it makes a literal magma carpet towards the fire as it spills out. It has that mixture between obsidian and still fiery red hot. Farouk gestures over to you, Mishkin, to join Callisto and Aleufia.
He gives a searching glance at you before looking at both Callisto and Aleufia, and very, very slowly moves forward. Still a little behind and over Callisto's shoulder, not wanting to meet them. But he just stands there, unsure of his purpose in this.
We will walk this path to the ancestors together. As Farouk takes his first steps onto that molten lava,
I think this is the part where Chrissy and all of his less than foot tall self flutters down directly behind Farouk. and looks over his shoulder at the trio behind him with a very gracious nod and a smile, and begins to place his very tiny, delicate bare feet along this new-found carpet of lava.
It feels like tea tree oil on the digits of your toes till it runs through the middle of your foot to the ball, but it does not burn.
There's just like a knowing happiness here. I'd like to say that this isn't the first time that Chrissy has been with Farouk when something like this has happened.
Absolutely. As we take our first steps, Farouk extends his hand out to the rest of the party to join hands with Chrissy.
Chrissy...
Olivia, her pendant starts to glow as she talks to Callisto. I can't touch that.
I'm honestly not entirely sure if I can, but Chrissy seems fine. And he's definitely not fire resistant, last time I checked.
Well, what if I make the fire worse? That's the problem.
I think if anywhere can handle fire, it's here.
As Mishkin stands back, he sees, I would imagine, the familiar glow of the pendants. And Callisto, for all of the warmth that you feel from Lelufia's hand, you feel a slight chill on your shoulder. And if you were to turn, you would see that one of Mishkin's green, scaled, ephemeral hands is resting on your shoulder. And Mishkin, turning to neither of you in particular, just says, "While I understand your consternation, I have met with these ancestors that our friend speaks of. And there's nothing to fear from them."
The glow
Chrissy's-
from Molly's pendant goes dark immediately, and she turns to you. Well, then you go first. After you.
Chrissy's hand is still just extended back. Like, but not waiting and like tapping his foot. Like, he is genuinely calm. Like, there is an air of just calm within him that y'all probably have not seen.
Mishkin looks back at you, Lelufia, and you see his fur bristle a little bit, and if that is what it takes to help your husband. And with that, you see his other pendant, the silver moon, around his furred neck, just light up. And another hand appears as he reaches down to take yours, Chrissy. And he gestures out to either one of you to take his.
I squeeze again Lelufia's hand.
Wait, what's happening to Mishkin whenever he steps on this?
Mishkin steps onto the magma carpet. You too feel that tingling sensation, but your paws do not burn.
And I will say, before stepping on, there is a distinct moment of hesitation as You see Mishkin's eyes just flick from the fire to the magma as he steps a bare paw onto it.
And there is a singe and a pressure when you step onto it that is terrifying. It's that release. However, your trust outweighs your fear.
I think at that point, seeing Mishkin's face, Chrissy looks up and just says, "It's okay to be nervous or scared. You did it anyway. That means that you have courage, Mishkin, to face fear. It may not mean much, but I'm proud of you."
Well, I could hardly trust my own eyes over the eyes of an oracle.
There's a little giggle there. And he nods before peering, kind of like leaning back to peer over at Lelufia and Callisto.
We've faced scarier, done more dangerous things. I think we can handle this.
I trust you. You grab the cat's hand, she says with a smile.
And Callisto will take a step onto the carpet of lava.
Do you trust Farouk, Chrissy, or Mishkin?
Or, not and?
That's a tough one. I think even Callisto's not entirely sure.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw then.
$29.
29. Success. While you still may not trust everything about this process and be in the upper city, you have been in literal combat with these folks. So there's just enough trust. When you take that first step, you too feel the singe and the pressure that expunges as you step onto that lava. But it does not burn you.
I think there's definitely a moment where he feels that singe and freezes, almost as if he's getting ready to leap off of this burning carpet the moment something goes wrong. But nothing happens, it never comes, and he hesitantly places his other foot down and then the other, and then reaches out and takes Mishkin's hand. And turns to Lelufia and just goes, I mean, it's not burning.
I see that. She hadn't even let go of you, but waiting until like the absolute last bit of extension of your arm before she would follow, she would attempt to step on this thing. She doesn't trust it.
Lelufia, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
Yeah. Is that fortitude or will, or what is that?
Will.
Will, yes.
$18.
Don't worry, it's going to get even better when they change it here in like 3 months. It's named
Are
something else. I believe the cores get changed to something else.
The remaster.
Yeah. 18.
Question.
Answer.
Could I use the higher by using my advantage on my next saving throw thanks to Cinder Gaze?
Absolutely.
Then I take that. So that would have been 28.
Roleplay that hesitation, but the reliance on your own Cinder Gaze to take that first step.
So with that last bit of extension, as she watches you step on this and hears that says, it makes her nervous, and you can feel her grip tighten, more so as somebody who's like trying to grip onto a handle or something before they step into whatever, you know, it could have just been like a pool, making sure you have stability. And she begins to move forward, and she definitely hesitates. It's almost like a block is right there that she just can't pass through, as her memories just start flooding with moments of her wind making fire more and more fed as it spreads and spreads and spreads. But then she just comes back and just seeing your trust within the situation. She begins to step, but it's almost like there's a bit of air coming from her foot, almost guarding her, protecting her from touching this fully, before lowering her foot slowly onto this carpet as it dissipates. And she too would then feel this burn, but it doesn't hurt, before she continues to fully step forward with you.
Roll a perception check, Olivia. Instinctually, as the last person to step onto this runway, you see Lily and Parik both nudging a wobbly but standing Kaivar as he makes his I didn't know you were in the chat.
I knew.
Farouk, why you call this good berry? Is not good berry, is bad berry. Yes, yes.
What happened to the bug? She mumbles.
Yeah, I think he drank quite a bit during the festivities.
I thought he didn't drink. Kaivar, and she reaches out, extends her hand. If you want to join us, I don't know if you should.
You might be flammable with how much you've been drinking.
This one, Kaiva, no. Fire, bad. But Kaiva join, yes.
It's up to you, buddy. Just grab my hand.
He tries to grab your hand with a big hand, and then eventually needs to take one small hand, grab the lower part of his big hand, and then grab. He's steadying
It's just
himself.
a lot of this. She eventually grabs your hand like a mom trying to get their kid from messing around.
Oh, I told you we're not getting the toy off the shelf. Put it back.
I love how Raven immediately was in that mode, like, yeah, I know
Listen,
this.
I do it all the time. What do you mean? That's my life.
So I'm holding your hand, Kyvar. I don't know if you're holding mine.
Right by the wrist.
We'll say yes, but it's not like it's very. For one, it's drunk, but also it's not the best grip. It's kind of like as grabbed his wrist or whatever. He kind of like turned his hand around. It's not really a grasp. It's very much just like I've made contact with your arm. Okay, this is close enough. It's about as much as I can do.
She would nudge a little bit to pull you forward. If you'd like to join us.
Yes. 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 Ivar will join you. He does not know what's going on, but he will join.
Lufia finds it best not to even tell you.
And
If you trust blindly like that, easy, you're done.
Authentic surprise. Awesome.
Kyvar, for you, it's like in your current state, it's like walking over the foam version of Play-Doh. There's crinkles and it squishes. It's playfully delightful in your state, free of any physical assertions that you're walking upon a literal bed of fire. With everyone arm in arm, Farouk takes one greater step and walks in to that massive 20-foot by 20-foot fire and stands there as you can see his visage become one with that flame.
There's an excited squee from Chrissy that he is really not able to hide well, as he he's really trying not to run. He's really trying because he knows that Mishkin is attached to him and Callisto to him and Lelufia to Callisto and Kyvar to Lelufia. But there's this very childlike wonder as he quickens his steps, and him quickening his steps is not even the same as a normal human-sized person walking. It's literally just little, it's the Flintstones, right? You know what I'm talking about? Where they just, before they go off in the car, that is exactly what it is. As he moves forward, only dropping Mishkin's hand as he allows the warmth of the flame to blanket over him next to Farouk.
You feel warmth, but like a hug from a long lost friend. No pain. Chrissy, too, falls in line and incorporates into the fire with a hand extended towards you, Mishkin.
Looking into the blaze, there is the briefest memory of screaming and snow. That is in the past. That's in the past. And Mishkin is going to step forward.
Roll a perception check with advantage.
Mm-hmm. 24.
When you take Chrissy's hand, there are no less than 4 other hands that help you step into the fire. As the ancestors that you have seen before are there again. No one else can see them but you. That is your interaction. As you have claimed the past is the past, there is even extra reassurance.
Mishkin bows, almost imperceptibly, in just a little nod of gratitude towards the flames.
In the briefest moments, you see a bit of a smile before it dissipates from an elderly orcish woman. Mishkin, when you extend your hand out of the fire, it is not your mage hand. As your wrap isn't there at all. It is your hand, but solid flame.
My actual hand?
Yes.
In that case, Callisto, as Mishkin reaches a hand out to you, it takes Mishkin a moment to notice this as well. You see a hand of flame. Facsimile of fur. But there is something odd about it. You see, it is not the right way around. It is a backwards hand. And Mishkin is immediately going to see this. And he's going to retract his hand and he's going to step away immediately. He's just going to step away from the flame. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
When you take a step back, what do you do, Callisto?
Can I? This is Drac being like, oh, interesting. I'm just curious to know if Callisto knows this stuff. Can I roll to see if I know or recognize or like make any kind of connection to a person, or very specifically a tabaxi or feline looking creature with backwards hands?
State that again.
So I'm trying very hard because I think at some point Callisto has done research on monsters and creatures. Because he runs into them, that's kind of his job as a warden. But I'm trying not to like metagame because I, Drac, know a lot about. I just know a lot about Pathfinder and the stuff going on there. So I just want to know if it makes sense for Callisto to have ever heard of a being, person or otherwise, with backwards hands. And like for it to make sense for this to jump out to him in this moment. Would I roll for it, or do he just kind of knows?
This would be occultism, could be nature, could be survival, could be your general lore, at advantage. The DC,
Will I also be seeing this?
since you were both in line with each other, yes. You may
I'll
do
let
the
you roll, and
same.
if it's not good, I'll roll too.
We said occultism. I'll go with
Did
occultism.
I see it too, or no? Because like he's at that point he was in the flame, so I didn't see the hand unless I saw like.
Oh, you
him.
saw the hand.
Oh, I saw it.
Yeah, because you're holding it.
I am holding it, so I felt that. Okay.
22.
Okay.
Success. DC is 20.
Okay.
It was right on
Stupid.
the 20.
Stupid question. Someone gained trained in occultism from a few sessions back. I just can't remember who.
I mean, it might have been me, maybe.
It
Yeah.
was.
I have.
You.
It was me,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. I don't know if that was
Yeah.
factored into your role or not.
Yeah, no.
I know someone did
was
it.
trained.
Hey,
No,
nice.
no.
Cool.
It was a good reminder.
I'm gonna be here so that people get the things.
Yeah.
I think just going back a little bit, Mishkin, as you go to move, you feel quite literally a little tug at your hand from Chrissy. Almost trying to be comforting or reassuring before you ultimately withdraw from the flame. And there's a sadness, but also an understanding as he shifts his gaze up towards Farouk.
I think Callisto will see. I think you see Callisto already hesitating about this flame. With every step forward, he's kind of like turning himself a bit more and more side on, just from instinct of like keeping his left arm away from fires or anything hot, because that would aggravate the wound. And then the hesitation becomes just a full stop, a halt in his movement as he sees Mishkin's hands. I mean, made out of flames, but these backwards hands. And then Mishkin quickly step out of the flame. And I think he'll just look, not even really try to do it subtly. I think he stares hard at Mishkin for a while. What was that?
I think your eyes tell a very clear story, Callisto. I don't know, and I didn't ask this. Sorry. And he looks at you, Farouk, and there is a very genuine look. Almost as though this is a trap that has been... He looks very, very, very hurt. And he's not sure why, but it is very much focused at you, Farouk, and this fire, and the people around.
I look up to Farouk real quick, and there's almost like a somber smile as I look back over at Mishkin and see that scowl, that glare, that anger, and I take a deep breath. I'll be right back. I don't think that it's a good idea for you to talk to him right now because he looks like he wants to hurt you. And I just kind of nod And I unwrap that blanket, that hug from me for a moment, and I giggle and I assure, I'll be right back, I promise. I promise. You can't keep me out of here for long. And he flutters out and looks to Callisto and Lelufia and now Kaivar. Just be prepared. Sometimes the truth can be hard to digest. And he goes over towards Mishkin.
What? Oracle. What?
I'm sorry that that's what it chose for you.
What do you mean?
And I want to commend you for having done that little bit anyway. You're not the only one with a hurtful past, with secrets, with things that we wished didn't exist. I understand that.
If you chose that, you had no right. Do you understand me?
No.
You may be able to see beyond the cosmos. You may be able to see anything. You may be able to see into people's souls. Oracle.
I would never. I kept that promise to you. That day in the forge. Your story is not mine to tell. It never was. It never will be. But the flames will choose the story they want to show you. It is no trick. That I can assure you.
I've seen them in a very long time.
I know. I know. And he kind of just like flutters up and you see almost like a very small silver tear just gently caress down his cheek as he is starting to really take on the emotion that Mishkin is also feeling. And he flutters up and if he's allowed, will rest in the scarf and just press very delicate hands against the sides of his face. It's okay to mourn them, Mishkin. It's okay to want things to have not changed. Look at me. Look at me, Mishkin. It is okay. I promise you that. With every fiber of my being.
You don't know what I've done to get here.
I don't need to know what you've done to get here, Mishkin. I know you now. And the you I know now, you're braver than most I've met in my entire life. Because you choose to continue to exist. It is a choice, and you make it every day. I don't care what you've done. I am not a judge. I'm just happy I know you now.
Mishkin just looks at you and Hyvar and Farouk, and at Lelufia, and his eyes rest on you, Callisto. And he steps forward, and seeing the flames overtake his wrists once more, and seeing these hands that he has not seen in almost 60 years, he reaches one back to you, Callisto. And he doesn't look at you. He just reaches it back.
There's a soft smile as Chrissy wipes some of the tears from Mishkin's fur under his eyes.
Mishkin flinches away and just looks down at the ground.
He retracts his hand, but he leans in and he whispers very delicately into your ear. You are exactly who you are supposed to be. And I'm grateful that our lifetimes and our threads have crossed.
Let's just get this over with.
As you wish. And there's like a soft little like chortle as he flutters down and takes his flame hand and very delicately just runs his thumb over the back of his palm. I'm with you. Okay? I mean that.
Mishkin doesn't answer, and he just reaches once more to Callisto.
Hold on, I need to roll. Okay. Yeah. Well enough, this would have been better if it was a low roll. The pendant around Callisto's neck glows as telepathically he just tells Lufia, be ready.
For what?
Something feels...
As hers glows.
Something's off. Mishkin's hands appeared and they were backwards. I've only heard of one other creature like that.
She stops and just looks at you.
Sasha, the fiends.
A lot of things would make sense.
It hasn't shown any reason for me to be immediately hostile. He's helped us quite a bit, but just keep an eye out. I will be keeping an eye out too.
You got it. And her pendant goes dark.
And so does his, as he... How do I do a secret roll? No, it's very clear that he doesn't trust what's going on right now, but I would like to make it seem as though I want to roll a deception check. I want to make it seem as though he's fine with what he saw. And kind of like that was strange, but I want to talk about this later.
Please make a deception check for your friends. And you've already made the will save for the ceremony.
Quick note track. If you hit your skill check, you can hit roll mode, and it will either go public roll, private GM, blind GM, or self roll.
Can I roll a perception?
I mean, if you like, I think anyone's looking to see if I'm lying. I think it makes sense for them to roll.
Okay.
I think I'm right next to you, but I need to make a fortitude roll, see how drunk I am. Yeah, still drunk.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So timeout, because I just noticed this. I'm supposed to get +3 perception as well because of the robe I'm wearing, and I'm not getting that. But it is a nat 1, not that it matters.
Was that you? Oh, the nat one was you. Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was Kaiba. I was like, oh, whoa, I was really drunk.
Yeah. No, I think it kind of just makes sense.
Oh yeah,
because...
I'm a natural born liar.
Well, no, it's not that. I think that's the first really emotional moment that Chrissy has truly had with somebody in a while, if ever, outside of Farouk. And it's a little weighty. So I think instead of looking at Callisto and the rest of the party, there's just this focus on making sure that Mishkin is okay.
I think for Callisto, it's his very. He just kind of switches on the personable persona. I think Lilithia would know. I think Lilithia would be the only one who knows that he's good at this. He's good at being the face, because he often is the face when it comes to the two of them, of interacting, being social, and coming across as amicable or pleasant. And he kind of switches that on, and not just like, oh, everything's behind us, don't worry about it, but more of a, that was strange, we can talk about that later, but nothing's changed kind of vibe as he takes Mishkin's hand and will step into the flames. And I think again, Lufia will notice this, and honestly maybe Farouk, with how much Farouk has been like paying attention to Callisto, making sure he's comfortable, Lufia will know the reason, and Lufia will know that now in Callisto's mind there is a new mission, a new mystery, and he's focusing on that rather than whatever's going on with him, and using that as a way to get over his fear, his anxiety of all of this, and will walk in with less hesitation than there's been this entire day.
Your perception is wild.
My perception's a 16. It's one less than Farouk's. It's a plus 16.
Focusing on making sure the continuity of the ceremony and the chain does not break. Does not notice. Callisto, as you step into the fire, your bandage ignites immediately and just ashes away. And that open wound that you have just seems to seamlessly cauterize into your arm. There's no weakness that's there. It is a seamless connection between you and that vein of magma that's there. Lufia, do you step forward?
I will add, because I think of the way we're ordered, you're probably holding the arm with the scar and bandaging.
Yes.
So I think you would feel like a very sudden yank, as almost on instinct they see the bandage erupt in flames and they try to like bring the arm closer to them to put it out. So you'll get like a momentary yank, and then I think he will like calm down as he realizes he's not feeling the pain and the wound seems to be closing. But
When you
There'll be
do
a moment of that.
initial-
Yeah.
But she wouldn't let go. She's got a death grip on you.
Stepping into the flame as well. Kaivar, you see the party, your friends, all emblazoned inside of this tribal flame, holding on to Luvia's hand.
Do I feel the heat?
You feel warmth, but especially for you in your state, it is a comforting warmth, like a good flannel blanket.
Ivar doesn't question it. He wants to be with his family, his friends. And he understands that everyone around him has been in high spirits for the most part, and that this is somewhere that at least feels warm. He'll continue walking. Also, a little bit too drunk perhaps to process the fact that under any other circumstances, walking directly into a big blazing fire isn't quite the wisest thing to do.
Lolly's still got a good grip on you. Anytime you get a little wobbly, she tightens it on your wrist for stability.
How tall is Lelufia?
We're roughly the same height from what I remember. She's 5'3", you're 5'4", right?
Oh my god, that's so funny. just escorting this bug through the
That's
fire.
okay. That's how it is normally with girls whenever we're drunk. We just escort each other. Same height.
Oh my god, I gotta go to the bathroom. Let's all go. Yeah, no, I know. Been there too.
We're great at taking care of our kind.
White bug wasted.
Not white bug.
I tell you, if it's all about white bug wasted, it's it gives a whole new definition to white claw, considering the strong hands. Oh my
no, is
god.
that like
Bringing it
bodily
right
fluid
back
from your
around.
claws?
Yes, no. I don't know. I went to a very
Come on in
interesting
here.
place all of a
She's
sudden.
pulling you along.
Yes. This one, Kaiva, will follow. Yes.
So has Michigan stepped out of this fire, by the way?
No, he's back in it. Back in it. But just
Still has his hand.
very much disassociating and not engaging with anyone around him.
Was he holding?
He's-
Are we still all holding hands?
Yes. With those final steps into the fire, the circle around begins to close in. As the Ifrit begin a different dance. And it's one of those images that feels like it starts to go into slow motion, not different than a child with a sparkler. Everything feels like it has a 5, then a 10-second, then a 15-second delay behind it. As a whirling dervish of flame and movement just blends all together. And eventually, there's nothing but flame from which you all can see. And then they begin to settle. And as the flames settle all around you, you stare into a world that you haven't seen before. Glimpsing out into the plane of fire. And a set of 4 ancestors across the meadow from you. Solemn stares as you cross in to a different plane of existence. Farouk, now containing much more fiery adornments. You've always seen it inside of his eyes, but now there are physical manifestations of fire on his own body. His tattoos are completely flame embedded and look like a more organized version of the molten curse that you have, Callisto. But they don't look like wounds. They all are purposely traced and show their tribal adornment. Callisto. Something else on you is also fiery adorned. It is your choice. It is a much smaller accent, but part of you and your lineage is front row and center.
I think Luthia, I think Callisto won't notice it, but I think maybe if you're cool with it, Sam, I think you'll be the first one to notice it, and I'll describe what it is, and you can roleplay how you would react. But as Callisto walks into this realm, this plane, and looks around at what can only be described as quite literally a land of fire and heat, he looks around, and for a moment his mouth is kind of agape as he's taking it in, and I think what you first notice is almost like a spark of ember come out of his mouth, and that attracts your attention, Luthia, as you see his entire tongue is almost like a slab of molten rock with cracks of lava in it. He doesn't seem to notice, and it seems to move like a normal tongue, but I think that is his mark.
This is just appearing?
Yes, from what RoBear said, from stepping into this plane, yeah, it just appeared.
Are we all still holding hands?
I assume so.
Yeah, in a line, but you could break that chain.
She would, seeing this, Lolly would be very startled. She would break both her hold from Callisto, which was more like a death grip on him than him on her. And then releasing Kaivar as she sees this change in you, and not speaking this telepathically. She's just looking up, just like, "Are you okay?"
I think so. I'm a little bit.
Do you need my help? Are you in pain?
I think that
Pain?
prompts
No.
Chrissy to look too. And then as they're having the conversation, like there's just an aha moment, and I go over it and I just nudge Farouk's like shin to like, "Hey, look."
Lisa looked confused at Luthia. I'm fine. The bandage is burned up, but that didn't hurt, and it seems like the scarring, the wound hasn't.
The way you look. Do you not feel anything different?
Kind of touches his face. No.
She's just gonna look over at Farouk. Is this what you were looking for?
Looks at you confused.
No. We are here to tend to his wounds.
Then can we do it? I don't like it here.
Chrissy kind of flies up on Farouk's shoulder. I don't think they're wounds. Just saying.
Yeah. Let's. I kind of look over because I think you said you described as their ancestors. 4 ancestors.
There are 4 ancestors. 2 men, 2 women, adorned very similarly to Farouk. Very old, very hunched, very much holding on to the staves in front of them.
Yeah, Callista will look, I think, in confusion at Lelufia's reaction because he's still unsure what changed, and over to Farouk before quickly looking over to the ancestors, kind of giving a respectful nod. I think very much the kind of nod away, like, I know there's something I'm meant to do here, but I don't know what. So a nod is usually universally accepted as respect. So he'll give them that nod before looking back to Farouk and saying, yes, I, as much as it's less painful here than I thought it would be, I would like to leave as soon as possible. So what do we need to do? What do I need to do next?
We are learning many things all at once.
Farouk is going to look over to you, Mishkin. It is your choice in this plane to look how you want. You have control completely over yourself in this plane.
I will say that from the moment those hands appeared on the material plane, Mishkin has wanted nothing more than for them to go, and the moment they step in, like embers going out, they're gone, and immediately you see the 2 pendants around his neck begin to glow green, and he is just staring at these green hands that manifest at the end of his wrists. Green, ghostly, scaled, and the right way around, as he's just staring at them, just turning them over. It's like he's studying them again for the first time. He's not paying attention to anything that's going on.
Ancestors, we've come seeking answers for the affliction of which my friend possesses. As he walks these lands for the first time with his eyes, behold on what he manifests.
Concentrating on your wound, Callisto. I want you to make a cultism check.
Yeah. 20.
with your heritage, one side pulling a bit stronger than the other, looking down at your arm, you feel a control with it that you haven't felt before. As a little bit of that molten rock flows out, it flows in a line to your palm as you produce flame. But when you do, it continues to grow from golf ball size close to baseball size.
You are in control of your own destiny, Callisto. It does not control you here.
As that flame continues to grow in the palm of your hand, what do you do?
Is it growing? Just want to make sure. So you said it's within his control. It's growing because he wants it to. It's not like it's not just perpetual. It's because he's willing it to grow.
Right now, it's growing until you.
Okay, I think very quickly. Honestly, I don't think it goes past golf ball size. Because I think on instinct, he shakes his hand trying to put it out.
When you shake it, it doesn't go out.
He's just going to keep shaking his hand, like, I think using his other hand to try and pat it out. I think it'll take a moment before he realizes that it's not catching anything, that it is under somewhat control. But for a moment, for a few seconds, you see almost a panic like wash over him as he frantically shakes his hand, tries to pat this flame out. But I think
when your other hand goes across, almost like burning hands, but steam instead, as water flows from your other hand and sprays this cloud out of hot steam into the fire plane as you dissipate that produced flame with your other hand.
Done it to that extent before.
Yes. You are in control. Not your curse. Wield it, Callisto. Own the flame. It is your birthright.
He, I think, almost looks at his right hand with relief, the side that he often harnesses and kind of funnels the water, icy part of his heritage from. It's always been somewhat of a failsafe for him if all else fails. But I think even seeing that like spray of water erupt from it surprised him, because he's never done it to that extent before. So I think there's a moment of relief, but also worry, as many sides of him seem to be enhanced in this space. But then he'll look up at Farouk and I think look over to Leluthia. I'm not looking for answers, but I think honestly, as purely as it is, I think looking at Leluthia just calms him. So he kind of turns to Lufia and looks at her, and he takes a breath. And I think it will actually say to you, Lufia, I'm going to try to use the flames.
Do you trust yourself?
That question gives him, I think, some very serious pause.
You just hear a very tiny voice. I trust you, Callisto.
He turns and looks to you, but truly, I think, as he's speaking to Lufia, he forgot anyone else was there. So he kind of turns and looks at you like in surprise that there's another being here. So he kind of like looks around and like kind of startled and just kind of, I think, awkwardly waves. Which I think in and of itself is kind of odd because I think Cliff is very good at coming across as very socially adept, but kind of awkwardly waves before turning back to Lufia. I trust that if something goes wrong, we could fix it. But I can't say that I trust that nothing will go wrong.
That's a good way to put it. Well, I'm here. And I won't let anything wrong happen.
And he will try again to produce flame. I think concentrating on the palm of his hand. And I think rather than going for large, I think he's just trying to go for control. I don't know if I need to roll or anything like that, but I think he's going to try to almost start like a glove, make a glove of flame. Let it start in a point in the center of his palm and allow it to spread and engulf his hand like a glove of fire. I think very slowly, almost like he's testing it out. It's the equivalent of dipping your toe in the pool. He's doing that with these flames, just testing out small parts of his hand before going further and further. And if it continues to go well, he'll let it spread a little bit further up his arm.
Occultism,
I think stop
advantage.
Shy of the scar is the goal. Do you say I should roll something?
Occultism, advantage.
Okay, 24.
You successfully produce that flame.
He stares down at his hand. And I know I've said that, Lolofia will notice this, but no one else will. But I think everyone will notice this thing at the very least, because we fought together. Lolofia most of all, obviously. I think they'll notice first. But they'll notice that he's definitely looking at his hand and kind of readying himself. Probably instinctively has his hand by his hip. Or rather no, at his chest where his holster is, as if he's ready for something to go wrong and he needs to spring into action for it. But nothing goes wrong, and the flame stays where it is as a sort of glove on his hand, not burning, not erupting, not going out of control. And he just stares at it in shock. I don't think he does any words. He just stares at his hands in pure shock.
When you look where your scar was before, it doesn't exist. there is only a seamless connection to this fiery ancestry. But what seems to be harnessed now by these crystal azure veins that travel into it. You see the yin and yang of those two elements containing themselves inside your own arm.
Are you okay?
Yeah, no, it doesn't hurt. It's staying under control. I just wanted to keep it at my hands, and it's doing that. I'm okay. Does this carry over? And he looks to Farouk. Is this just here, or?
This is the manifestation of truth, control, and discipline. That will be up to your own inner strength to carry this level of concentration and control back to the material plane, Callisto.
As a set of the ancestors begins stepping forward in Callisto's direction.
Lolly gets kind of defensive. And she kind of steps in closer to him. Well, approach slowly, thank you. You're going too fast.
They continue at the same pace.
Why aren't they slowing down?
They only look like they're fast because they've got flames on the side of them. Makes everything look like it's going fast.
Oh my god.
As they approach, I'm sorry, I've been lost in the sauce of all this. If anyone needs to use the restroom as they approach, now would be the time. Everyone
I'll
good?
be right back.
Okay.
No, I gotta pee.
Okay,
Listen,
go.
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 Yep.
I'll be right back.
I've been on stream for now 5 hours, so yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Oh, we can do that. Please do.
That is true. Yeah, you just came. Yeah.
Excuse me?
You heard what I said, and I'm not fixing it.
Dive. You'll get a shadow ban. Stop it.
Love you guys. I'll catch you in a sec.
I'm still honestly anxious that something will go wrong, or there's something more to this affliction.
We're just in the plane of fire and a RoBear campaign. What could go wrong?
Nightmare for Lolly.
It truly is. It truly is. I think that's one of the reasons why right now, as far as Sam disappeared.
Sorry, I'm trying to refresh things because my ping froze for a good 20 minutes.
Ooh.
What?
So my camera, everything is very behind y'all's audio.
Okay, is it good now?
It's still a little laggy. It's just ping. It's great, but it sucks.
Yeah. But I think that's one of the reasons why right now Luffy is just the only person that exists right now. He's like, okay, I'm nervous, but also this is a nightmare for Lufia as well.
Hmm.
I don't know why. But she's also very air-based. Fire and air, not a good combo.
I'm definitely gonna get arts of Callisto's arm. I think I really want to get a piece done of
is
the
it
scarring.
In your
and what it
main
looks
character piece?
No, because in the main character piece, his arm is
that's the
one covered up by the his arm is around you and it's covered up by well, you can see if his arm is covered up by his sleeve, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get
I like how both
a
of our weird
piece.
things are our left side.
yeah.
My left eye, and then it's your left arm.
Maybe it's connected. Who knows? I don't
Who needs
know.
art
I
piece?
literally
Get
don't
the real thing, Drac.
Yeah, just go get a big tattoo.
Wield
Just get a
it.
massive
Every
tattoo.
week.
I could really find like a sleeve, one of those like fake sleeves I can wear.
Or just like dip your arm in like sort of flammable gelatin and just have it
I just say
flaming
it
throughout,
like.
just like
For the sake of legality, please do not do that. This is a joke.
Or if you do it, tag me in it so I can see your great cosplay. A great Callista cosplay.
Messy.
I want to just let you. I
Messy.
want to just let you know this is far less traumatic than someone else's previous trip to the plane of fire, and also I think it's the least traumatic, almost lost an arm / did lose an arm story. So, for what it's worth, it's looking pretty good here, bud.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
mean,
growing another arm at this point.
I am. I don't think I want to. Actually, I do.
That's
That'd be
like
kind of cool. 2 hands for 2 guns and then the other one for another gun. Yeah.
I've just realized this as well. Both my characters and both campaigns have 4 arms.
You got a type.
Apparently. I don't know. Next
I think
thing
this
need
is-
to do. It's apparently mutant. I should play Goro next, apparently. Mash the universes of D&D and Mortal Kombat.
You see something, Sam?
Yeah, I was just wondering. Are your wings arms? Plus
No,
more?
no, no. I've got the 2 extra psychic arms that I can summon as Zanran.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here trying to think of how you have 4 arms as Xanran, and I've missed it.
I think this is the second character with a weird arm that I played. Yeah, I played in another Pathfinder campaign. Another Pathfinder campaign, I played a character who had Belial, a demon inside of him. He was a living
Oh
vessel.
my god.
And part of it was that he manifested demonic like traits. So he had like a demon's tail, and his right arm was a demon like clawed right arm.
Oh damn.
Huh.
Sounds very Parasite the Maxim.
That's
It was
original.
honestly, it was a mixture of, well, it was, for me, it was purely 100% Jujutsu Kaisen with Itadori having a demon inside of them.
Mhm.
But then my GM was like, is this Naruto? And I'm like, wow, a lot of anime just have demons inside of kids. That's just a thing.
Yeah.
Like, wow, cool. Yeah, but then yeah, Parasite the Maxim as well is really good. But he had like a morphing arm. His arm could like change into things and actually like spoke to him as well.
Yep. Yes. I love that
Yeah.
anime. I could literally
It's
wax
really
poetic
good.
about it though. It was so good.
It's
So
really
good.
good. The opening song as well, really
It was
goddamn good.
It's my ringtone. Not gonna say whatever.
Really?
Moving on.
I found it so funny. No, I'm not gonna say anything.
We're just gonna weeb out. It's fine.
Yeah. Last time I was in another game. It was a part-time gods game, very fun system. But I was playing the god of lies and trickery, and one of the characters came up to me, and basically the joke was that every time they asked me what my domain was, I gave them a new domain. I was like, oh yeah, I'm the god. My name is Jack, and I'm the god of frost. And they're like, oh, Jack Frost. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of a title thing. Like, it's not a name. You pass it down, kind of like Thor. Whoever has the hammer. But as a joke, I was like, yeah, that god over there, he loves anime. And then one of the cast members was an actual anime fan, and started just asking about different anime, and I was like, yeah, and we went for a good 30 minutes talking about anime, then we were like, oh, we need to actually play the game now. Well, that was canon, but we actually need to play the game now.
You're not alone. I've seen some episodes of the old Baldur's Gate series on this channel that have just devolved into something to do with the over-harvesting of the biscuits at Cheddar Bay. It's just been that discussion for about 30 minutes time. So yeah, it happens. Some weird lore for people who are new to the channel.
Cheddar Bay biscuits are a large part of my my backstory. I'm sorry. As the ancestors make their final steps towards you, Callisto, they say nothing, but you can read 1,000 miles across their face. Solemn. As if they're piercing through your eyes and into your soul. By the time that they reach you, Fruit goes to stand on the opposite side where Lilufia is on the other.
Callisto,
Yes.
the plane of fire has revealed us truths. But the material plane has its way of twisting things. It will take your inner strength to carry over from this plane into the next. You can see with your own eyes what is a gift is not corruption. Your own self-confidence is your curse, Callisto. You can do this, but you have to overcome your past. Are you ready?
I think as Farouk says this, Callisto's face hardens. Farouk, I will be honest, I don't remember much of my past, so I'm not entirely sure what to face.
Sort of sauntering up, watching this dialogue unfold, Kaivar will finally bring himself to a point where he sort of plucks up the courage, gently tugs at the non-flaming arm of Callisto.
You gotta make it through Lilufia for that arm.
I mean, I'm behind him. I'm just sort of like giving the little tap.
She's swatting away every hand. No, she would let you. But those ancestors.
Callisto?
Yes? Are you okay?
It is like this one Kaivar said. It is in your blood. Yes, yes. You have always had this power, yes? But, Chrissy once said to me, we make our own destiny with, our actions every day. Yes, yes? This is yours.
And he points to the arm that's currently wreathed in fire.
But it is not your destiny. Yes, yes? You use it to make your destiny. Yes? Past does not define you.
Really quick question. Am I still on Farouk's shoulder, just like witnessing all of this?
you're not on my shoulder because you were down on the ground when we walked in, but like we're all here in this, so everyone's witnessing all of this.
Okay, so then I'm going to very sneakily just try to like, I'm behind one of the ancestors, like very Tinkerbell, like I have my hand on their calf and I'm like peeking around. And as Kaivar says this, I'm just like a proud papa, just like, my boy, he's growing up. But I'm trying to like make it so I'm not necessarily seen.
However, I appreciate the pep talk. Thank you.
Kaivar looks around at everyone, looks at the stony faces of the ancestors.
We believe in you. Yes?
Needs a roll. Ugh. Alright.
Do you want me to roll perception against that? Or
Yeah, I think anyone who's looking can, I guess. And then I'll describe what you see.
Do I
I'm
add
staring
plus
straight at Kaivar.
Do I
like,
add
right.
+3 for the cloak, the robe that I'm wearing?
It's probably just not connecting.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and look and see if it is. Yeah, it's just
I'm
not.
just gonna roll and then add +3 at my end.
Here, no, you'll get it here in a second. It just
I
wasn't
don't need
worn.
it, but you know.
It is now worn on you and invested.
Okay. Well, either way with that, it's a 29 +3, so 32.
Yeah. As when Kaivar looks around at the group and then says that they believe in Callisto, Callisto looks around at the group and does his signature smile. But for the people who pass that perception check, you would see that his gaze, his eyes kind of falter a little bit on Mishkin before going and continuing across the rest of the group. And you'd also be able to tell, I think he's just kind of, with everything going on, he doesn't have his usual mask on, so you all can tell that this is like his customer service smile of like, yes, of course. And just to be amicable for that tip, yes. And we'll like smile at Kaivar and then turn back to the ancestors.
Chris,
I
you will
think.
remember that.
And turn back to the ancestors and Farouk, because I believe they're all in front of him right now.
oh no, something a little sad. I don't think Kaivar can distinguish the difference between customer service smile and normal smile. He's going to take it at face value.
That is very fair.
He smiled at me.
Walked by him in the corridor, and then he looked at me.
I think my barista likes me.
Fully, I think like we joke and we joke, but I
Relating.
think like Callisto has perfected that. That face of like, I don't enjoy being here, but I'm gonna make you think I do, and I'll make you enjoy being around me. Like that kind of, he's very good at that. But yeah, no, I think everyone who passed their perception check can see that. And he will turn back to the ancestors and Farouk and nod and say, I mean, like I said, I don't remember too much of my past. Some of it has... Some of it has been forgotten beyond, at least from what I'm aware, recollection for a while now. So I can't say that I'm ready to face all of my past, because I quite frankly don't know what all of it is, but I'm willing to try.
We will begin with the past that you do know.
As the ancestors lean in to place their forehead towards your forehead, Callisto.
I lean forward to meet them.
Farouk extends his hands out to the rest of the group to circle around Callisto and the ancestors. What were you saying, Lilithia? I'm sorry.
Oh no, she just stiffens at this moment of them getting close to one another.
I think Chrissy positions himself between Mishkin and Kaivar.
It takes Mishkin a little moment to actually realize what's happening. He's been very focused on his own little pocket. But he sees this development, and he sees Callisto smiling. Everything seems fine. And he seems healthier. And reluctantly having a part to play in all of this, Mishkin steps forward, but he stares at the ground. And you see much in the same way as when you first met him. His wrists are tucked under his armpits once more as he moves forward. Very inward.
Chrissy just extends a very small hand upward towards him. Patiently, without any semblance of haste behind the gesture. It is more of a, I am here if you want me. And if you don't, that's okay, because I'm still gonna be here.
He doesn't respond yet.
Noted. Still there.
Callisto, do you press your forehead to the ancestors?
Yes. I lean forward and down to meet them, halfway.
To wield the flame, Callisto, you must conquer your past.
And as your eyes close, and a strength of heat envelops all of us. A flash of bright flame as we all open our eyes to a different place. As we travel into Callisto's mind, as we see the Forgotten Lands and the flames, and the Warden Shrine set ablaze.
We will conquer the flames of the past so that you can hold the flames of your future.
Inside Callisto's head, in our next session, we will fight the fires that you couldn't control before.
Wait, next session? I thought we had an
we
hour
already ending?
left. Ooh.
Do we have an
We're
hour
ending
left?
Early? We have an hour
Oh
left.
God! I did it! I did it to myself again!
Episode 1.
Yes! Yes! Oh God!
I
It's so
just peed like I am ready and primed for
I was
this.
like, wait a
Let's go.
second.
Go! Bonus
We're
session!
ending early on
Let's
this.
go! Go! God, that makes me so happy. I actually have an hour. I thought I had a hard cut with
Hard cut is in
Sam.
an hour. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, in an hour.
I'm so excited!
2:30.
Oh, man! Oh, this is like extra recess.
Although the TPK might be quick with fire and me being here.
God.
You stare out at this absolute gigantic flame that seems to have taken the form of almost a tiefling humanoid. You can see these flames that protrude up into horns. You can see what are literally the torches and brazier baskets that you light, animated and full of flame, circling them with large flame wisps around them. You can see the scene around you as if it was yesterday, Callisto. Same for you, Lelufia. It's reliving that moment all over again. Farouk just looks over to you, Callisto.
Let us help you conquer the past.
I think Callisto, I think the moment it clicks, where we are, or when we are, or he's like looking at Lelufia, like as immediately, I think like in that moment, he'd seen Lelufia, I think, caring and checking on Callisto for the most part. I think in this moment, the roles almost switch suddenly as Callisto's checking in on Lelufia.
You just see her looking forward, eyes are wide as she's very scared.
It's going to be okay. We're going to be fine.
You.
I thought it was too, but I suppose this is my memory as well, but it's going to be fine. We can deal with whatever this is. We can deal with this. We did it before.
By some miracle.
I really don't know why we're here. But Farouk insists that it's part of all of this process. But if we can leave, I'm sure we can leave if we want to. We don't need to follow through with this.
You can't.
They look right at you.
Yeah.
I've seen this enough. We're never ready to face our past. But the only way to get back is to go through.
Great.
Growth is uncomfortable. And we're here together. And I will give my life to see you all out of it.
You see, I want to make something clear, and I'll be honest with you, I don't have the energy right now to make sure that it comes across as nice and kind. But I don't want your life. Several times you've offered to put it on the line, as if that's meant to make me feel better. But I promise you, as a warden with already many lives on their shoulders, and now recently learning blood on their hands, you telling me that you'll lay your life down for me is just more pressure that I don't need.
Smiles widely and very coyly says, well, it's a good thing I have another one coming up after this anyway. And turns and just prepares himself. And then looks over his shoulder back at Callisto. I've had many lives, Callisto. Mine is not on your shoulders because I am in control of my destiny. And we're gonna get you there too. And if I die today, well, I guess I'll have a really cute name in my next life.
This one Kaiva does not want to die for you, Callisto, but this one is here. Kaiva will help. Yes.
Thank you.
As this is happening, Mishkin just brushes past you, Farouk. Do you make a habit of bringing up old wounds? Or just today?
Farouk looks back towards you, Mishkin.
At least today we know who's fighting more demons than the other.
I want to make one thing very clear to you. I said I owed you my life. I do not owe you my past. Or my trust.
The past exists, whether you want it to or not, Mishkin. It's about how you conduct your future. Clouded minds can't step forward.
Well then. And Mishkin looks towards this fire creature in the distance, before looking back at Callisto and Lelufia. Let's clear the air. And he just starts making his way towards the fire.
Yes! I am with you! And Chrysanthemum has no right to be as happy as he is, but he feels really good. He just feels good. And so he marches upward alongside Mishkin and nods respectfully up at him. And just gets ready. He's ready.
Callisto. We are in your mind. We cannot act unless you accept us. The choice is yours. We are literally inside of your memories.
Okay. The thing I think Calista would do, but I would like to run it by you, Raven, because I think your attitude, Chrissy's attitude, is something that Callisto doesn't vibe with, because I don't think he cares too much about whether or not you care about dying, like in general. That's like your business and yours alone. But Callisto is a strong believer that anyone who's willing to die in a fight is a liability. Because if you're fighting to survive, that is way more useful and productive than being okay with dying. So I want to, if you're cool with this, me potentially, like, depending on the roll, this happening, I want to roll a will save to see if he decides to lock Chrissy out of this fight.
Oh, by all means.
Are you cool with this?
Chrissy would probably try to counter that, but yeah, by all means.
Okay. Because I think working with many wardens and like that's just him.
Make the roll. Make the roll.
Anyone's. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Is that a flat roll?
Yeah, flat will save for you.
Flat roll.
This is you. Okay. You're in your faculties.
Oh, it's strong.
That's it.
Hell yeah.
All right.
So, strong will of mind. In this scenario, what do you do, Callisto?
I think feeling the control over this space, the fact that I think initially there was fear, as far as he was concerned, they were back there, like physically, spiritual, and every aspect they were back there, and as helpless and with as much lack of control as they did back then. But I think as this discussion went on, he felt like he realized, it's very much like when you realize you're in a dream. He realized that this was his mind, that this was his space, that he was lucid. He was lucid dreaming, for lack of a better way to explain or describe it. And I think as he sees Mishkin step forward to fight this thing, and then he himself kind of readies himself to fight this thing, he sees Chrissy very excitedly, just moments after saying that they will just come back with another life. His kind of warden training, his beliefs kind of kick in, and is like, with that attitude, they are a liability. We don't need like a meat shield. We need someone who's fighting to live, not someone who's okay with dying. And he tries to lock Chrissy out of this fight. And I think the way that manifests, obviously when Chrissy tries to
I'm sorry, I have to stop you there.
Oh.
The party with their handheld locks Mishkin, Lufia, Kaivar, Farouk, Chrissy, Callisto. I need you to roll for soul initiative.
Ooh. Okay.
1 second.
Are you sure about that choice?
Nani?
Yeah, no, I'm so sure. I'm committing if this is happening. This is fun. Okay. Stone initiative. Do I have any bonuses? No. Okay.
Hey.
Nat 20. This is my domain. I own this space. I choose who moves and who doesn't.
Only crits from now on. You got this.
I hope so.
Let me move you to the top. Callisto, it is your turn.
Yeah, so everyone is flat-footed against me because of my rogue feature. When I act before someone, they are flat-footed for that turn.
Excellent.
And I'm going to these creatures. Okay, I'm going to paired shots, pull out my pistols, and paired shots this guy right here. So T for target.
Give me 1 second to get that conditions out.
With a flapped. Yeah.
There's my macro. Let's go.
Yeah. Paired shots at that guy.
All right, flat-footed. Flat-footed and flat-footed.
Is the one I'm targeting already flat-footed, or should I wait? Wherever?
You are good to go.
Okay, perfect. I hit. Ooh, close to a crit, and just shy of a crit, and then miss that first shot. The second shot does 15 points of damage. Shot, and then we haven't done combat in like 3 episodes. I'm not just trying to remember my flow is. That's my usual thing. Okay, paired shot, bang bang. I think there's a reload. Yeah, I will reload my shot, but I'll make it a Racketeer's reload of my action as I reload, and I'm going to use Intimidating Glare to demoralize them as I just stare at them, these things in my space that I own, and try to demoralize and see if that works. It's going to be, so I can only choose one person. It's going to be that same creature I just shot.
Got it.
So that should be against. Actually, I don't know how we do it in RoBear.
There
actually, so.
will save.
Yeah.
This will be at a disadvantage because this is in your mind. So let me roll one more time.
Damn.
Ooh.
Oh, damn.
Ooh, the memory sting, my friend.
Yeah, I don't think that a success target.
Fire back.
Oh,
fire,
so
I'm afraid.
Okay, so how would? Okay, so it succeeds. So it was a failed check. Okay, cool. Yeah. That'll be the end of my turn as I reload my weapons. Oh, and I'll back up. I have 10 paces, which lets me move 10 feet for free. And then I'll again move my full movement, which is 25 feet. 25 feet. Yeah.
You're just letting us tank for you.
We're not there, man. We're ethereal.
Yeah, you're ethereal.
Oh,
so.
damn. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so much worse.
He is by himself.
So, okay, cool.
Are we aware of this?
Yes. I've been waiting for Lolly to react after he makes his turn.
That's the end of my turn.
Have fun with that, Sam.
Does he?
I don't think Callista knows.
Did Callie get kind of taken into his own realm? Like, did we disappear for him?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Did they disappear for me?
No, we're there like the ancestors. You can see us, but we can't. We're not incorporeal.
Okay, so I guess for my reaction as well, do you still seem, as far as I'm concerned, I haven't touched anyone yet, so I don't know, but do you look physical or do you look like translucent now?
Oh no, they look translucent.
Oh, okay, then I would definitely react to being like, what's happening?
He can hear us too, right?
No.
No!
Until Callisto accepts his party fully, no one can participate.
May I?
Yes, Callisto's doing
may
a
I
solo
ask-
fight then.
May I ask for some clarification on this? I am not an initiative, and this is Callisto's realm. I do have the mind link spell, which
Yes, you
allows me
do.
to link my mind to a target's mind and mentally impart information. I imagine that's hard, considering the control aspect. I don't even know if you'd let me, but am I allowed to try?
Roll yourself into initiative, Kaivar.
Wow, okay. Ugh. Oh wait, that's no. Let me do initiative properly. That's just a flat perception. Right at the end, quite appropriate. Do I use a relentless on this? Yeah, it's a 3. It can't get much
Yes.
worse. Gosh, I don't think. Let me double check and see if we have relentlesses.
This is like 20 times better than I ever imagined this system was gonna be. This is so good.
I can't believe you let me use mind link for that, but I'm so glad. There we go. All right, relentless is in.
All right. I will get that reroll.
Let me know when.
Good to go. Oh, the nat 20 was so close.
So close.
Could have been this close to snapping you out of it, man. Okay, whatever. I'm in the initiative. I can at least try.
Callisto, it is still your turn, realizing that your friends and most of all, Lufia, aren't here to help you.
So
Can I talk to him psychically?
No.
I mean, that's a good point. Can we?
Dang it.
No.
What?
She would try.
what-
You
what
would
would
see
you-
in her ethereal form just this lighting up of a pendant.
You guys just have a magic item, right? You don't have a spell, mind link, or a message or anything. No, the pendant
No.
does not work in your mind. The only one who has that right now is Kaivar.
Yeah.
Do I just for like above table? Does Chrissy know like what's happening and why everybody can no longer communicate with?
You're all going to get this piece by piece because remember we're in initiative. So Callisto's just now getting the reaction that he knows. Like we know is the table, but like we're in combat order now. So everyone's
Combat time, yeah.
is learning this.
Okay.
Yeah. No, Callisto is confused. I think as he backs up, he notices that everyone else seems almost spectral, ethereal, and is confused. And even with the little understanding he has of this space, he's pretty sure he understands what that means, that they're not going to be able to physically interact with anything here. And I think just in confusion, he says, "What's going on?" And honestly, I think that's all he does. I've used my 3 actions and movement anyway, so he kind of just yells that out loud, expecting some kind of answer. And that's the end of his turn.
As you pull back from the engagement of the shrine, the elemental inferno just continues to raise this structure back behind you, igniting even more of the trees and the platform and the forest around you. You need to make a will save with disadvantage, Callisto.
Not one.
Oh my.
Time to tell a story.
Yeah.
I need to go into a private role here. You take 46 points of psychic damage, Callisto.
Oh, okay. Can I just click damage, or would I not work with?
Here, I will give you the easy button here.
Yeah.
Now you can. But it won't get, actually, it'll, I'll subtract it on there because it's going to do it as fire damage. So this needs to be 46. I'll do it for you.
Okay, cool.
Is the memories continue to haunt you of this accident in the past. The further you withdraw, the more painful it is.
He kind of staggers and drops to one knee as he kind of holds his head at the pain and looks to the party, still confused. He doesn't know what's going on or why this has happened to them. But
Kaivar, it is your turn.
Having done this, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and cast that mind link so that it's actually out there. Because I imagine that's part of the turn order as is, just even to get into this. Kaivar's going to reach out and try and talk to Callisto. You hear him psychically.
Callisto, you do not need to do this alone. We are with you. The responsibility to save others. I understand. It is great, yes. It is a heavy burden, yes, but do not do this alone. No. You are in control. We are here to help you, yes. You must let us in, or this will not turn out any better than before, yes? We have a duty to you too.
Callisto looks up and around and then at Kaivar as they hear this. I quite frankly have no idea why you can't help me out of here. I would honestly love some of your help right now.
Believe it, and it will be so. Yes, yes.
Callisto doesn't know that this is happening because he tried to block out Chrissy. He doesn't know like it's a chain thing that connects and will spread across. So if he blocks out Chrissy, he'll block out the entire party. Yeah, let me roll for it. Let me figure out if he figures it. He adds it, because like I don't want to.
This can be, but you got it. You got it. I believe.
Yeah.
I have faith, Drac. You got this.
This is so good.
I think this would be like a will, maybe.
I mean, if you want, I don't know if this works, but I could roll diplomacy or something, and then you could roll something against it. I don't know.
It's not like he needs convincing to, because like to him he's like, he didn't, as far as I'm concerned, he didn't stop anyone. He didn't stop this party from helping him out. He wanted to block out.
Stop Chrissy.
Yeah, try to stop Chrissy.
All right, I'm going to make this
But
real
doesn't
simple. DC 25. High, you do You understand that you
Connect the dots.
were threatened and you need help. And if that's what gets you at least the help of Lelufia in this spot, that you would be willing to take it. Lower, you're going to continue your stubbornness. That you can fix this yourself.
Do you need an advantage card?
Do you need all? Yeah, no, I feel like this is worth cards here right now.
I will
use
not
an
let him
advantage
play
card.
a card. This is pure character.
You just hate us.
Damn.
Pure character choice here.
Yeah, because he.
You
Like, he
could
fully
you could
wants
say
help.
yes
It's
right
just-
now if you wanted to, or you make that roll. It's your character choice.
Okay, I'm gonna make the roll, but I want the roll to be connecting the dots because I think like he wants help. Like he's not like denying help. He doesn't want to fight with someone who's kind of. He thinks that it's wrong to fight with someone who's kind of like chalants about possibly dying. Like, and only as far as he's aware, only Chrissy has that like feeling about dying. So his intention was to stop Chrissy, but not everyone else. So he's not like denying help in general. He's denying Chrissy's help. I'll be honest, right now.
Automatic failure.
Okay, I think that's fair.
Automatic failure. It is the acceptance of your party's help. End of your
Yeah,
turn,
I'll accept
Kaivar.
it.
Wasn't that what he was thinking before Kaivar mentioned it? And then he was going to try to roll to see if that.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can roll to see if I can connect the dots.
Oh,
'Cause he
okay,
doesn't realize
okay.
that this is happening because of that.
Got you. I thought you were saying regardless of that roll. Got you. All right.
Oh no. Yeah.
Go ahead. Let's see it.
Would this be like to connect the dots? Would this be like a will save or like occultism to understand like what's going on here?
Yeah, we're gonna do the same
There's
thing. The
the
DC 25 will save.
25.
Connect the dots if you're 25 or above.
And I will use an advantage card because I think he's thinking he just wants Lelufia by his side right now. So I
Makes
think
sense.
He's thinking real hard about this. Do I have advantage? I don't have an advantage card.
I do take it.
Okay. Okay.
What's mine is yours.
I was gonna say, I also have some if there's some kind of mental block, but frankly, take it, roll with it while we can, before the DM can say no.
Oh, squeaked by 26. Oh.
Close,
So
man.
as I kind of step back, putting distance between myself and these creatures, pretty tactically because guns are better at distance. He sees everyone in almost spectral, ephemeral forms, and is confused. And then hears Kaivar's request of letting them in, letting them help. And for a moment, this confuses Callista because he does want the help. He needs the help. He can see that very clearly in front of him, especially after whatever that psychic hit was, and doesn't quite understand. But then I think connects the dots as he realizes that he tried to stop Prissy from endangering their life, from getting involved in this, and through divine mumbo weird stuff that he still doesn't quite understand and honestly still kind of scared of, he must have applied to everyone else. So as he's backing up, yeah, I think he'll release it. He'll let them in if I can.
Your ethereal form incorporates back in to Callisto's memory. You are all free to roll initiative.
And you just hear Lolly yelling and you finally hear her.
Oh my god, the scream!
Can you hear me? Please answer me if you can hear me, Callisto.
I can hear you now.
Oh
I
God!
couldn't hear you before,
Thank goodness.
apparently.
And that's a 20.
Yes, Chrissy!
The story!
This is good.
Oh!
Chrissy comes in hot.
Can I
eager
just
for a
say,
scrap.
well, because with the initiative, can I just say that, like, as everybody was getting locked down, like Chrissy did get locked down before everyone else because the focus was on him. So he maybe doesn't know the extent of what happened, but like knows that Callisto was looking to remove him first.
I think that makes
sense. Are you
sense,
okay
yeah.
with that, Drac? Can I say that?
Yeah, no, that absolutely
Okay.
makes sense, yeah.
So then I, like, as I come into my form and I prep myself, I look at Callisto and I kind of just say, doesn't matter. I'm still here. And I'm still fighting for you.
I need rollies from Callisto and Chrissy.
What
Oh,
kind
did
of
we
rolls
draw?
do you need?
Yeah, you both got nat 20s on initiative.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to the Super Bowl.
So should I roll
The
initiative
tables.
again or just flat d20?
No, you just each roll a flat d20.
Okay.
Okay. Damn.
It's still my domain.
I was never arguing that, sweetheart. I was never arguing that.
Okay. This will now move back within the order.
Real quick, do I get my turn back, so to speak, when it gets back to me in initiative, or
Yes.
am I done?
Yes,
Okay,
you will have your
cool.
turn
Awesome.
when it comes back to you.
Awesome. Nice. Cool. Thank you.
Chrissy, it is your turn.
It is my turn. Okay, perfect. I am going to. Where is it? I bloody had it. All right. Okay. Which one is hurt? It's this
one on the
one?
left. Yeah.
Okay. So target that one. I am going to cast Interstellar Void on that guy.
Let's go. Fortitude save coming in.
It's private.
It's private.
Private eyes watching you.
As someone who does not have a great variety of damage types, can I just say how much I love it that you have cold damage?
Listen, I am an oracle. What do you expect?
You
Okay.
knew this was going to happen. You were prepared for this.
I was prepared for this very moment. Apparently not prepared enough.
Chill
Actually,
damage, baby.
you know, I can't add a card to that. I can't add a card to that.
Nah, it's too late.
It's too late. Sugar honey. All right, well, I guess that didn't work.
Still roll damage.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Okay. I can still roll damage. 19
damage, though.
cold damage. So it doesn't actually make it tired, but you just see out of nowhere this hole open up above this thing's head. And it is dark. And it is so frigid that the edges around it are frosted over, as there is just a beam, a spear of ice that drives down through this being and essentially tries to freeze it from the inside out.
It is highly effective. Even though you had half damage, you still did 19 points of damage.
I nod once. All right. Very well then. And then I kind of looked at everybody. Remember, what is the fire elemental's name? Because I forgot. Our fire elemental tank.
Manawa.
Oh, Manawa.
Yeah. No fire spells. Fire heals fire. And with that, I will... There's really not much else I have. What is this? No, that's touch. Okay. Let me see how far away from this thing I am. All right, that's
So you're
not
saying
gonna
I
work.
shouldn't use combustion.
You know, I swear, if you do, I will put you in timeout. How about that?
I'll keep my busting to myself.
Oh my god.
Bustin makes me feel good.
I am going to try to... I want to see if this works. I'm going to cast one more spell, if I can, as my second action since I've not moved. And I'm going to cast Agonizing Despair on this thing. So I am essentially trying to fill its head with thoughts of being like snuffed out and with water poured on it and like dirt just being covered all over it. So that way its flames like are in its mind are being snuffed out.
The Interstellar Void was 2 actions.
That's 2 actions. Is this 2 actions as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Your
so then
cantrips are
forget
your...
that.
Yeah, so this will be a cantrip. Is what you can perform.
Okay.
I don't know if this changes that, but we have a ton of extra strikes in the party hand if you want to use it, because that would give an extra action. So maybe, I don't know. That's
Yeah, you can
I'm
do
not sure
that
how
as
we've
well.
rolled that in the past.
I actually have an extra strike, so I'm going to spend that, and then I am going to cast
Got
the because I don't have any cantrips right now that are good. Okay. Yeah. So now we'll cast that
All right, which one?
on the same one.
Same one. All right,
big-
will save
yeah,
coming
the big
in.
guy that's already hurting.
This is your time if you want to play an additional card to raise your save DC. You can do that.
Okay. Yes, I can. Thank you, because my brain doesn't work.
It's 1, 2,
I
and
have-
3. So D6 is
have-
1, D8.
Yeah, I have the D10 that I just played.
Perfect. It'll raise it 3 points. So DC is now 28. So I'm going to give them a -3 penalty on their save. Let's go.
It's good.
That's exactly
Yes!
what I
needed.
Let's
Okay,
go.
So it takes full damage and it is frightened 2. And I'm going to roll for damage. That's 22 mental damage. Thank you.
It takes
And
all
that
22
is-
damage.
That is my turn.
Let's go. All right.
Frightened 2 is huge for that too. That's so good.
Cinder Daddy is gone. Farouk is going to turn and look back over at the... You can tell, seeing very, very inflicted in this entire scenario, and he will cast 3rd level heal. As this time, you see his hand wraps and his walking stick that he's gathered from his house light up. Unfortunately, everyone else is already topped off and healed, as the community healing that spreads out from this. Third level heal. As you will get 40 hit points back.
Thank you very much.
And my healer's gloves.
Oh, I select the token.
Damn, RoBear, this music too. Ooh.
Can't beat Soken soundtrack that he just put out for 16. It's so good. No, extra +1. Was the extra +1 on there? I can't see in the formula, so it should have been, give yourself 2 more points.
2 more? Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. 18.
And then I have a cantrip left, because I'm not going anywhere. Let's go for it. I'm going to... You're going to see the eyes on my eagle pauldrons light up with that healing that flows forth, which comes as this kind of pure water force. You'll also see air channel through them as I focus a gale blast at the same Cinder Strider. I will also play a card to help on this save. I'll do my D10. Let's do it. Gah!
Oh.
It will save. Three damage. End of my turn. Lelufia, your turn.
Seeing Callisto run back, she immediately would just follow suit and run to him. And running over to him, she's looking him over. Are you okay? It looks like you're fine, actually.
Yes.
Looking back at Farouk and over at you. Is there anything that I can do? I don't know what I can do.
Luffy, we've done this before. Remember, this is a memory. This is a new situation. We've done this before.
Do it again. You know that.
Stronger now than we were before. We're able to do it then. We could figure out how to do it now. And I will place my left hand, the arm that back then was charred and scarred, but now has not healed, but become one with Callisto. Those almost cracked, fractured looking rock that look his skin took now seems natural and smooth, painless. And he places that on Lufia's shoulder. Go, we can do this. Remember the cloud?
Yeah. And she would knowingly, and just feeling this warmth from you, kind of just lean into it because it brings her so much peace and comfort, and reminding herself on what happened on the day that they met, that she was able to feel a power that she's never felt before. And so she concentrates on that and is focusing in. And then you start to see her move her hands as she begins swirling this air that is in between her fingers. It's very delicate and light at first, but it just keeps growing and growing and growing and getting darker and darker. And this air begins to just collect as it leaves her hands, and she's just pushing it higher and higher above, almost as if the cloud was rising above them to cover this canopy of this forest and of the fire, and this now satiated blackened cloud, hopefully in her mind filling with water and rain so that she can once more quell these flames as she casts Control Weather. Now, RoBear, I know you gave me permission, however, it doesn't exactly give me a dice to roll to make it successful. Like, it talks about success and stuff. So what would you have me just do my spell casting?
Callisto.
Yes.
You need to lay down the DC inside your mind.
Oh.
Ooh.
I need
Can you
you.
roll that at disadvantage?
That's so cool.
Where you're at right now, my recommendation is on a flat roll. So I want you to roll a wisdom flat roll.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. When I said flat roll, I don't really mean
no
flat
advantage.
roll. Plus 4, it'll be what's your wisdom save?
My wisdom is a plus 13. So it's
13.
17.
The DC is 17, Lelufia. You
That's
can
still
do this.
doable.
Oh man.
Am I doing my spell casting?
Yes.
Okay. Because I'm not playing any games, I'm gonna roll this at advantage.
100%.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Baby.
Easy. That's a crit success.
Yes.
So this satiated, darkened nimbus cloud is growing and growing and growing. And if there were any light, it is darkening. And you can just see the shadow now starting to cover the entirety of this area as just a downpour begins. And everybody is getting completely wet, including all of these flames. And you start to hear just as all of these flames begin to go out across the field you see before you, the flames dwindling until sizzles of what once you could be heard.
6d6 triple damage.
Oh, baby.
Just for story, like I look back and see all of this happening as my eyes cast upward to these now darkening clouds over to the source, which is literally in Lufia's hands, and I kind of just like smile, like, yeah, yes, absolutely, like, yes, queen, slay the house down boots, all of that, just like, yeah, good. It's not proud, but it's like, I'm impressed. Not that that means anything to Lufia specifically, but like,
She wouldn't even see it anyway. She's so engulfed in this moment.
like I am just, wow, like enthralled.
If you're cool with it, so I don't know if we had this detail, but I think it would make sense with how it went down in the past as well. But I think in this moment, especially after the not mastery, because I think he's always kind of understood, or at the very least had control over his water and ice side. But as Lufia's swirling these clouds into formation, I'm letting like water droplets that I'm producing from my right hand get caught up in this rain cloud that they're forming above us to add to the rain that eventually does pour down.
I love it. That will consume your full turn as you DTD'd.
Yeah, you heard them.
7
sizzle out.
things.
Also, this doesn't say that it ends for like. It can end in like 12 days.
No, it's still going on. It will happen again on your
Yeah.
turn if you're holding concentration.
All right. Yeah, and that's just what y'all see. So she's not breaking.
Kaivar, it is your turn in a very steamy, humid world.
This is totally in Kaivar's
Wait,
element,
hold on.
man. He's used to this. You have any idea what the humidity is like inside that crate? Anyway. Yeah, the connection's been made and Kaivar can clearly see this. And just gonna call out.
Yes, yes, Callisto. Yes, together. Yes, yes.
Looks back at the thing of fire and realizes there's still pretty horrifying big guys up there. Will first of all go ahead and do what he do and inspire courage. So let me roll a bardic lore. What is the DC for this fight?
Go ahead and roll a. Actually, no. It'll. What's your class DC, Callisto?
My class DC is 23.
23. At this point now, it'll be down to 20.
All right, then. Let's give this a go. Nice. Okay. All right. Everyone is courageously inspired. With my other two actions, Kaivar's going to reach out his hand in a very similar manner as has been done before. And you start to see the flames around the largest of these monsters, this largest concentration of flame here, slowly start to trickle out because of the rain. But it almost looks as though the flames are a lot less vibrant, a lot less in motion as I cast slow. They will need to make a DC 25 Fortitude save, and I am going to... it's on the very big guy bill, right? And I'm going to go ahead and add a +2 if I've got it. I think that's about right. Yeah, there we go. Because I do not have a +3, but hey, here we are. +2 it is, so that will actually be a DC 27 Fortitude save.
Whew! And this is on big guy?
On the big chungus, yes.
Here we go. And you, what card did you play?
D8, so it's a DC 27 technically.
Okay. Here we go. No!
Oh my God. No!
Nothing critical.
21.
Oh, I rolled a 19.
Oh,
21?
that's rough. Oh my God. Do at least know where the bounds for success on a fortitude on that bad boy are, at least. But hey, that is completely unaffected then.
God.
It is still a really strong presence. Kaivar is kind of understandably spooked. He's going to start scuttling back this way. You see how far I can scuttle. I can scuttle 30... Actually, I can scuttle 35 feet now because I've changed things. I'm going to run up behind... Yeah, just here to Callisto. There we go. And that's the end turn.
5, 10,
So I will
15,
be
20, 25, 30.
I am prepared.
35, 40. Attack of opportunity if you would like. Chrissy, it is running past.
Absolutely. So I just cantrip or like hands, right?
Yep.
Okay. I am going to... What does this do? Yeah, I'm gonna cast Divine Lance on it. Let me target it. It is not actual water, but it is very much looks like water. And as I do that, like, you just see my hands very quickly swirl around, and as my hand extends, you see what looks like a spear of ice form from my wrist and pull outward and grow in the air as the water continues to fall on it and hopefully spear this dude in the side.
Divine Lance, good.
Okay.
Regular attack, no map penalty.
Okay. That's a 26.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
19 damage.
Let's go. Farouk will do the same thing following suit. Oh, so close! I should have put a card on it! Ah! Ah! It's just like a joint maneuver as we've done before. Same water lances. It's crazy! And it will continue running all the way to Lelufia before it runs out of movement for its turn. I mean, they're a Strider, but I don't think they, Oh no, I forgot. They got 50 feet of movement.
Oh no.
We high five.
That means... Let's go. I got one piece. And they will target you, Lolly, with their melee fist.
Rude.
$15 points with 1d6 persistent damage, it looks like. Or no, it looks like it's bludgeoning plus fire. No, it is 1d6 persistent. Got it. Mishkin, it is your turn.
Okay, so coming to and seeing everyone return to this memory and seeing Callisto standing on his own before he's joined by Kaivar and Lelufia. Not perhaps possessing the same wherewithal that Chrissy has. Mishkin casting his memory back to the look that Callisto gave him in the material plane upon seeing his hands and the wariness that came with it, and finding himself once more locked out of this memory. Mishkin does not feel trusted. He does not feel wanted. However, he also sees the fire even as rain falls all about him, and his hair and his fur clings to his thin, skeletal exterior. And is everyone happy for me to burn an extra strike from the party deck?
Go for it.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
So, with my extra action, Mishkin takes out the glass orb that he has on his person, within which you can see the constricted form of this green, fiery, winged creature pressing against the glass exterior, and Mishkin just brings it into him. And looking up at this creature, the fiery creature that torments Callisto's memories and its tiefling-esque exterior, he whispers into the glass vial, "Tell me its name, and I will consider letting you free."
Mishkin, send me a DM.
Dang, oh dang, oh dang.
Okay.
Damn,
Okay.
the GM asked for a DM. It wasn't like a secret GM DM.
Oh, a GM DM.
A GM DM. Yeah, that's what it's called, right? A GM DM.
And if you had
Sliding
really
into
bad
your
manners, it would have
GMs.
been BM in the GM DMs. Honestly.
That's a lot. That's a lot of M's.
I have to drop.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Bye. You're great.
Adios,
You're the
Sam.
best, Sam.
See you later.
Bye.
Let's hope we don't die while Sam's gone.
Yeah, please don't.
This is fascinating. I'm just gonna let you know.
This is the coolest thing I've like the coolest battle I've ever been in.
You know what's very funny? You know what's funny? This is the second Pathfinder campaign where I had a fight in the mental realm of my character. I just seem to have it's just my thing now, I guess. I don't know.
I won't lie, it's up there as far as the steps it took to get here. This has been pretty spectacular. And I've only been here for like a part of this session.
No, it's been really cool. I'm really
Okay,
interested.
if I grab like a bowl of food.
Go feast.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay. So many revelations. Oh. Green with wings is what it has been. Okay. All right. Oh boy. Here we go. Time to make a private GM roll.
Oh no. Don't mean good things.
Okay.
All right. Repeat the phrase.
To me again.
Give me its name, and I will consider letting you free.
This is the second time, right?
Yes.
That will change the DC.
Oh my god, no, this isn't good. RoBear's face has done something terrible. Oh no. Oh no.
Sorry. What? What happened?
Potentially good or bad things have happened. RoBear is in the shocked silence. How do we proceed from here moment?
I don't. What? Excuse me. Hi. The rest of the party's here, and I'm nosy. It is the African American urge to be nosy, and here I am.
It's either going to be real good or real bad. But with the hand across the face, now I think it's real bad. It's going to be a story, though.
Oh, God.
I really don't like this.
I'm uncomfortable, please.
This silence has put me quite on edge.
The neurospicy in me is like freaking out, please. Oh, God.
I'm in danger.
You're in danger, girl. What? Well.
Nat 20.
Okay.
Not where I thought we would be. But let's make a deal. And we will pick up next session when he reveals the name and Mishkin unleashes this fiend in Callisto's mind.
Oh my god. I'm
And you
sorry.
you were worried about Chrissy. I'm just saying.
This guy has a
I'm loving
35
this.
plus to his will save. We aren't ready for this yet.
I'm
We are so
loving
not
this.
there. We're so
I'm loving
Oh.
it too, but like it's funny because Callisto was real worried about the old ass person in the group who's just like, listen, I die, I come back, that's my job, and now you about to have a whole fiend in your head, man.
I
Just
mean,
saying.
as Drac, this isn't the first time I've had a thing in my
The only way he makes the deal is if he rolls a nat 20. The only
Oh my
way he makes the
God.
deal is a nat 20.
Dude. What is
Okay.
happening?
Okay. Okay.
I am so intrigued to see
saying
how this
okay.
unfolds.
I'm not okay, all right? How about that? I'm not okay.
I'm very excited
Oh.
to see how this plays out.
This just got real interesting.
Hate that.
Oh my god, we're gonna have to wait 2 weeks for this?
2 weeks,
Ah!
Dude, just wait till Sam
Oh.
finds out about what you did. It's gonna be so good.
Hey, all I'm gonna say,
Conversation.
all I'm gonna say is there is a Pathfinder archetype called Living Vessel, which is about housing some kind of demon or devil or fae or whatever in your body. That's all I'm gonna say. That it's a thing.
Look, Drac, I'm just trying to make your anime archetype of having a shared demon in your butt. I'm trying to make that happen for you, baby.
Oh,
I appreciate it.
oh my god.
I am sorry.
No, I love this. I think this is incredible.
I think it's a great story. I'm just nosy,
dude.
okay? I don't want to wait 2 weeks. I want to know now. I'll wait because I have to,
man.
but I'm not going to be happy about it as I angrily eat my dinner. Thank you.
That roller
my
coaster,
goodness.
though. That roller coaster.
I need to catch up on the first half of the session that I missed because, wow.
You didn't miss too much. in the
Yeah, you
first
really
half.
No, you didn't. You came.
Yeah.
You came in right as business
Like
was
Like
picking
really
up.
anything happened. Yeah.
Just missed the
Ah.
prelude to incredible emotional distress.
Yeah.
By the
I
way,
mean, yeah,
Ed,
fair.
by the way, Ed Raven, that scene was absolutely beautiful. I am so glad I didn't miss that.
Thank you.
That was
All
good.
of yours were so
was in-
good.
I was
Oh,
in Ed's DMs directly after, and I was like, I love that sweet baby boy. Like, I love him so much.
Honestly, like, it's such a beautifully unexpected reveal, RoBear. And, like, yeah,
Okay.
really.
I did not think about your condition. I was
When you
Okay.
described your hands, I was like, wait a second, I've heard of this. Wait a second.
I was honestly so in the sauce of when you walk into the flame, you reveal your true self. It's about being honest with yourself. It's what it's about. And then I just realized, oh my God, I just put him on the spot on his biggest deal. And I go, oh no, oh God. I'm over here, Doctor Strange, the contingencies.
No, it was honestly, it was perfect. And like afterwards, when I was like, Michigan shoots like Frog a really dirty look, and I was like, I hope RoBear doesn't think that's me, because I
No, dude, I'm but see,
We were crying real tears together, sir.
oh, it was so
We
good.
were, yeah.
You guys were amazing, and Farouk thinks no difference of you whatsoever. He's wondering why you're so upset about this. You're literally in the trust tree of expats that have all suffered this same societal distrust because where they're from, and it's like, What are you so upset about?
It's funny, and that's exactly why Chrissy was like, I got this, big guy. Like, I got this.
Yeah, I love to hear like, I don't understand what he's...
and Chrissy's very much like, I am the empath in this relationship. I got this. And like, that was so unexpected, but so beautiful. And like, the more like these characters continue to grow both together and apart almost instantaneously, like the more I love y'all. And like, my baby boy is growing up. Kaivar is like, Chrissy said that you make your destiny. And I'm just like, my boy, my boy. And so I'm really actually very happy that you were like, can I just lock Chrissy out? I'm like, yeah, go for it. Like, it was such a good call because I feel like they have a lot in common, but the way they approach life is drastically different. I think the way that Chrissy and Farouk approach life is very similar, but they've also been together the longest. And Farouk knows how long Chrissy has been around in this iteration. He has known Chrissy in his prior iterations. Like, so it's just really, I don't know. It was just, I'm waxing poetic. I think y'all are just some of the most talented individuals I've ever sat at a table with, and I'm so excited.
I'm very excited.
Can it be Wednesday again yet?
Can it be Wednesday from 2 weeks from now yet? Please.
Why do you have to fly out on Wednesday, Vive? Why?
I'm so sorry.
I think I really enjoyed the session because I think it gave me a chance, because I've always had this as Callisto, where he is like, Callisto is like, I can look at my stats, like his stats back it up. He is like, his deception is 16, his intimidation is 15, his diplomacy is 15. Like, he's good at talking, and he's good at being social, and everything charisma based he's good at. And it was really cool today again to show like a lot of it is fake. A lot of it he's like, I know how to entertain and interact with people in a way that benefits me or makes it easier for me. And I think it was a cool way today, especially with all of this personal stuff coming up, a cool way for him for me to show the viewers and the cast and some actual characters who noticed that a lot of it is definitely like a charade or a farce that he only really drops for Lufia. That was like the customer service smile. I've always been thinking about that. And like, technically, the first you saw of it was when the Sky Marshals showed up at the Amber Forge, but actually describing it as a customer service smile. It was interesting because I think that's just him. He's as nice as he seems. I think he's very fake, which is a weird thing to say. He's very fake, and getting to explore that, especially today where everything's going on, was a lot of fun.
I love you being in the driver's seat. It was so good.
Me and Sam were messing at each other like, I have a plan. We're like messing each other plans of how we're going to go about this.
Oh, man. That was thrilling.
Honestly, y'all are just amazing. I'm going to use the F word. I'm really trying my best to be
Thank you.
But I want you to know I was thinking about it, okay?
I'm still blown away because I don't think it hit anyone as much as it hit me, because I feel like knowing what a Rakshasa is makes it hit harder. But when Ed revealed that, I was like, you can probably see it in the clip, me going, oh.
Oh my god, as in like cat demon Rakshasa?
Like, I don't know if it's true. That's my theory.
What?
One describing the backwards hands, because that's the only creature that I know of that has the backwards hands.
Oh my god! I'm gonna have to stop myself from saying the F-bomb. Oh my god!
Yeah.
It's funny because I think that once Chrissy and Mishkin shared that moment together, where Chrissy did see a lot of those snippets and that one specific memory, like, it registered with him that there was something there that Mishkin was hiding, that he wasn't who he was pretending to be, but like he didn't care, right? He's like, you are presenting yourself to me as you are in this moment, and that's the only thing I can judge you on, and I'm not even going to judge you because it is not my story.
The two people
And
that
so-
can care the least that we found Mishkin sneaking around in a emissary of the city of brass is us, where we're like, oh yeah, what's up?
Yeah, okay, so he's talking to the tiefling,
Anybody
whatever.
else? Anybody else sees this demon artificer that has escaped the city of brass and alluded to indentured servitude that is now up here? Like, Mishkin is like so close to the Holy Grail, and like he's seeking answers in his own personal quest, and then he gets drug into this damn ayahuasca moment that he has, he has to share. And it's like, no!
Yeah, like
It was so poetic. I'm like, I wasn't thinking of it in my head at all as it was gonna conflict you, and I was like, yeah, my words just did that.
Honestly, it's great. Like Mishkin's feeling very conflicted about this whole thing, and yeah, when we come out of this this memory fight, I
can't wait because
If we
Chrissy
come
is
out of
going
this
to
memory
be
fight.
What if
Chrissy
Mishkin
is going to be annoying and like so supportive. He's going to be the most annoying supportive friend you've never had.
It's like when you're not okay and people keep asking you if you're okay, and you're like, for fuck's sake, no, obviously not, but yeah.
Oh, Chrissy's not going to ask. He's just going to be
Swear
a
jar.
presence. So
Oh, yeah.
when you decide to talk, he's going to be there. He's like, yeah, you're ready? Cool, I'm here. And I will take your little kitty face in my little sprite hands and just tell you that you're so cute and I love you. I can't wait.
I'll be honest, outside of this, I don't know. I'm still trying to decide on what Callista's reaction is going to be. 'Cause I think
I don't
Callista
think
originally
anybody's
took
gonna eat at
grasp
the
onto
Amber
this.
Forge in 2 weeks, or even a week. I feel as if Farouk is gonna come to the front door and like peek in the window. What? No family meals?
I'm trying to decide because right now his reaction to it was, I think, because I do this a lot as well myself as Drac. I see like a new thing to hyperfixate on. Like I'm stressed about one thing and then something else pops up. I'm like, okay, I can just focus on all of my energy on that and not think about what my prior anxiety or stress was. So I think Callista had been like, cool, I've switched to warden mode. I need to be careful. There's a potential fiend around. Let's focus on that as I walk through this terrifying, traumatic experience for me specifically. But like once he's out of it and once he has like no reason to hyperfixate on it and use it as a distraction, I don't know what his thoughts or feelings are going to be on it. So I'm going to spend these 2 weeks trying to figure that out, I think. I think it's cool as hell. I think this is it's cool as hell, and it's so Ed core. And this is so you to go and find one of the coolest things in a game and like hide it as a back. I don't know. It doesn't make sense that you did this. It just feels very Ed.
It's really entertaining to me that at that exact moment, his
Ed
camera
froze.
was just like a really enthusiastic smile. I can't echo that enough, Drac. You're so right. Like, God, it's so cool.
You
And
guys-
also
So
kudos to you
excited.
for noticing it. You picked that detail out. That was incredible.
Yeah, I know. I love Pathfinder so much. I read through some of the books like cover to cover. I in my opinion, and this might be like blasphemy to many people, I think Pathfinder, to me anyway, is way more fun and enjoyable to make characters in than D&D.
Without a question.
It's both. It's like a double-edged sword for sure, because like the customizability is what I love about it, but that also is very overwhelming for anyone who's just coming in. There's like
100%.
literally hundreds and hundreds of feats and stuff to pick from, and that's like that can be a con, but it's a huge pro as well once you get used to it, because you can make like I can make the exact same like character, like a gunslinger, bandit, like same gunslinger, but it'd be completely different to what I'm playing right now, just from feats alone, and it would feel different just from feats alone. That I feel like D&D just can't do.
No, it's not designed that way, and our mods game is picking back up, the Sunday Fun Day Squad, and they are my first group that has never looked at Pathfinder before in their life, and I set them down with the demi-plane character builder, and I sent them all through it first, and then I brought them to the table with Foundry, and I showed, here's the extra bits you're getting. Every one of them brought 2 archetypes to the table.
Yep.
And they have 2 gunslingers that couldn't be more different and don't act in accordingly in any way than the other does. It gives you ultimate customization. It's the ultimate RPG builder, but it makes a lot more sense if you play D&D a couple of times first before you pick up on it. And you gotta
100%.
use what you want and cut what you don't want, because there's rules for everything. And you can choose to have it as crunchy or as light as you want,
Yeah, I'm a much more of a fan of like having the crunch and cutting it down than playing a game and realizing there's not enough mechanics for what you want to do. I like cutting it down than having to add new things to it.
It's easier. It's easier to turn it down.
Yeah, it's easier. Yeah.
You get yourself backed into some corners that happen on the other side, and you're like, oh, that's a bit too much.
Well, it's like, if you're sculpting, and if you don't have enough clay, there's a finite amount of stuff you can do with it. But if you have like a huge mound, you can take stuff away from it until it's perfect. You can get rid of the excess, but you do need that mound to begin with.
That's a great analogy.
Oh, thank you.
I just like the fact that you said mound.
I did say that.
And on that note, you guys will have to suffer like the rest of us as we wait.
Before we jump out, really, really, really quickly, final little thing as an announcement.
Yes, thank you.
For those of you who were not around at the very beginning and jumped in halfway through, like me, the reason I missed the beginning, normally I wouldn't shout out such things, but it was not me being late and drunk for once. Haha, only Kaiba. No, I was over on the GCX charity marathon doing my charity block. By this point, they will have probably broken their $200,000 barrier. Go help them hit $1 million. There are several days left in the marathon. There's a ton of people coming up. If you have Destiny or Warframe stuff going on, I know that there are glyphs and emblems you can earn. There's tons of cool prizes and swag you can earn. There's many good things that you can do just by giving $1, and there are many more people out there like you who might want to donate, who might not know. So go ahead and let people know. Be generous if you can. If not, spread the word. Spreading the word is free.
Love that. Anybody else with announcements before we go?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just do the same order I've done for the past couple of weeks. I am running currently it's going to be going live soon, but I've got a Kickstarter called Beyond the Brick and Over the Garden Wall inspired actual play. We're going to be doing a edited down actual play in podcast and video form of a group of kids, teens, and other beings, because some of them don't fall under any of those two I just said, going through an adventure very similar and very akin to shows like Over the Garden Wall, Infinity Train, Gravity Falls, Wizard of Oz, all of that good stuff. And if you want to check out a Kickstarter, you can by going to exactly what I said, Beyond the Brook, and Over the Garden Wall inspired action play, or you can go to my Twitter at Draconics, that's DRAKONIQUES. I have that link pinned in my pinned tweet, or whatever we're calling it now, fucking Elon Musk. We're sponsored by Die Hard Dice, and recently we announced our second sponsor, Frivolous Bear Studios. So if you want to check them out, they're Frivolous Bear on X. No, I'm calling it Twitter. They're Frivolous Bear on Twitter, Die Hard Dice on Twitter as well. If you want to check them out and let them know that I, Drag, or Beyond the Brook, the show, sent you. Keep an eye out because hopefully I'm going to be getting some pictures in soon, and I'll be able to announce a very cool thing. You can probably guess, judging by who's sponsoring the show, but some very cool things are going to be coming in soon that I'm going to announce. And if you want to get in on that, you're going to want to back this Kickstarter because they're going to be limited in supply, a limited edition by extension. So you're going to want to check that out and keep an eye out on that Kickstarter. But yeah, that's it.
I, for one, will be looking out for your X post on that about it, and also from any clips from this, or X videos, as you might call them. You know. And
if you go to if you go to GCX, X gonna give it to you. I do have a very limited amount of Stormforge art prints that will be available at GCX. I got a handful of them just in case there's some folks that join us that want a Stormforge one. So,
well, that is exciting.
I hate it here. Goodbye.
We'll see you in 2 weeks, everyone. Take care of yourselves. How's everybody doing? CaptainRoBear and crew here for Stormforge episode 14.
Ooh. I mean, it's not 13 anymore, so nothing bad can happen now, right?
I am rather disappointed in that. It was a very mundane.
Damn.
I thought we were going to get to the ritual last week. It's no big deal, but 14 will work. That's fine. I'm a fan of 14.
You can make any number unlucky if you try.
Oof.
And the thing is, we're not going to try, right, RoBear?
Because it's natural.
I do nothing to these dice. I couldn't make it any worse if I tried.
Oh god, I can't wait for my 8 nat ones in a row.
Well, before you all roll some dice, I will let you know the unluckiest person I know, which is ArcaneAdam. I'm going to recant his morning, as he had to leave our session last night at 11. He did 2 hours, and then we got a perfect exit because he had a 4 a.m. flight with his girlfriend. Flight at 4 a.m. delayed. Sat on runway for half hour with weather. Just got to Chicago, 5 minutes till boarding, still sitting in runway. I'm currently running through Chicago. Girlfriend is on plane. Plane is delayed 45 minutes. She's on the plane. I'm not on the plane. I'm so right now.
No.
I don't know if he actually got on the plane with his girlfriend.
No.
They're literally on their first couples trip to Portland.
Oh gosh.
No.
So it's not even
so
like if it was like a short flight, but they're going all the way West Coast. I hope oh man, he's gonna be a mess. He's a type A guy too, so it's like
yeah.
This is a prison sentence for him right now. Hopefully he did. I didn't hear back from him, so I'm taking that as that he possibly got on that airplane. But
fingers crossed. Oh god.
I consoled him with the MP3 version of the rest of our session. It's all I could do to console him.
But see, all of the bad luck of the day is taken away. Today will be good.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Adam siphoned all of the bad luck. So we're good. So we're Gucci.
You saw how last night rolled. They took care of combat in minutes. Record form.
It was honestly surprising. I was like, oh, force field, they're ruined. And then I think Tarben got it in the first hit that I saw.
Well, they got very lucky that I drew the card of next person who attacks doesn't have any resistances.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't realize how many resistances that shadow had, and I was like, "Oh, there's only 2 people that can do damage to this thing. This is scary." Ugh. But they bailed me out.
Today. We're just doing a ritual today. That's
Just
fine.
a smooth ritual in Upper City. Nothing can go wrong here. No bit of corruption. Just a
I'm so
smooth
sick
transition.
Of this. I'm so sick of this. I'm tired.
You can join
I love that
Kaivar
concept
too.
if That's a
The
Raven
way
or
y'all are
Chrissy.
mansplaining, manipulating, and all that right now, I don't like it.
Mansplain, manipulate, man, keep. I don't know.
Just trying to live up to my homie Anarius, okay? You know?
Oh God, good. It's a good thing I'm Lilith. Then let's go.
When heaven doesn't even want you back.
Silence.
Yes.
Silence is their answer.
So good. But we need to get into it and pick up where we left off last week.